This conference will now be recorded.
It's 6 o'clock. I guess we'll call the meeting in order. If you'd all stand for the pledge, please. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing we got to do is approval of minutes, correct? Oh, excuse me. You need to determine quorum. Then we move on to approval of minutes, correct? Now we're moving on to the approval of minutes. And
Hello.
Tammy, the meeting's being recorded, just so you know.
Okay.
on the old business, I believe. I guess we don't have any old business.
Pardon, were the minutes approved?
I'll make a motion for approval of the minutes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, sorry.
It doesn't appear that we have any old business. So I guess we're moving on to new business. And it is the petition to amend the zoning map. I think Steve's more knowledgeable what's going on, so I'm going to pass the hot potato to him. But
No, that's okay. You have in front of you all of everything was emailed to you, the entirety, but then I took the liberty of giving you hard copies of what I thought was the most pertinent information for your perusal tonight, because you have an important decision to make. Sarah Ferris is here tonight in the audience, accompanied with the parts store manager, Isaac. And Sarah, representing her company, CSP Commercial, has applied to or petitioned to change the zoning map. She acquired the property of True Love Brothers, which consists of 3 parcels. It had been zoned A for agriculture that had been grandfathered in. There's actually a section in our zoning ordinance called the grandfather section. And ironically, pretty much the uses that she has in mind could stay under that use. But I believe, and Sarah can correct me if she needs to add color commentary or if I'm wrong, that she needs some flexibility for the future, because she's envisioning perhaps, attracting an array of businesses. And so the use might change a little. And so the request is for it to be changed from A, agriculture, to IL, industrial light. And in one of the things that I gave you was from the zoning ordinance, Schedule A, I think it's called, where it shows all the uses that are allowed under IL, and everything that she's envisioning at this initial stage, auto parts related types of a store, minor service, and it could be used for major service as well, even auto rental or sales, although she hasn't mentioned that. But those are permitted, those are allowed. So just to give you a little idea that the IL would accommodate all of those auto types of uses that Sarah has in mind currently. And then I had to, as my role as plan administrator, issue a report on the petition, on the request to rezone, and I did that. It's toward the back of your packet. And basically, I've gone through saying that her petition contained all of the essential elements required. She did the application, filing fee, copy of the property deed, the site plan, vicinity map, letter of intent. The fiscal impact study I waived, that wasn't really applicable. I think we would we would require that if the town were investing its own funds in a business or some venture where we would need to see the feasibility of that business. And so everything is in order. We did all of the notifications required by the ordinance. And then I went through the 5 points that later tonight here, the Plan Commission has to go through the findings of fact, which is the decision criteria that is spelled out in the section that you also have a copy of the zoning ordinance. 11.12 spells out everything regarding rezoning. And the finding of facts, the 5 decision criteria are one of them. And I listed mine saying everything has been met. Everything her request fulfills, the rezoning fulfills all of the things that are essential. And then so I determined it was my recommendation to give a favorable recommendation to her petition to rezone. That's it in a nutshell. So then I think Sarah's here if you have questions, or if, certainly if Sarah wanted to volunteer anything, it's the commission's prerogative. And if I don't know what has to happen next, but ultimately the goal is to go through the 5 findings of fact to determine, does the commission agree with the request to rezone?
You guys have anything you want to say?
I think everything's pretty much in the application. I mean, obviously, we're looking to relocate our store, which would be under that industrial light. We're looking to open an automotive and small engine repair center. Basically, a lot of the uses of the building would be similar to what True Loves was doing previously. It's just the clientele is different. They were to more an agricultural clientele. We're looking to more consumer in general. But also it opens up, obviously it's a very large property, and I'm trying to open up possibilities to use that land as much as possible for the future as well. And the industrial light opens those possibilities up for me for future growth and future ideas and things that I'm kind of working on. But obviously right now the goal is get the store moved, get the service center up and running, and then see what the future holds from there.
And I failed to mention, because it's not really related per se to the commission's review tonight, but Sarah did apply for a building permit and is, they're doing a certain amount of work on that property. So certainly investing in more ways than one in that property.
I got a question. What kind of, when you've talked about in the future automotive repair, small engine repair, what kind of, are you planning for outdoor storage of vehicles? Because I would hate to see that become like, I'll just say a scrap yard where there's abandoned vehicles sitting there that.
I'm not interested in becoming a scrapyard.
Okay, so anything that would be there would probably be more like short-term while the repairs are being made on it, and then it would be.
Right, and we're looking to do also improvements on the property to kind of shield or, improve the visibility of that as well, because I don't want it to become an eyesore either. I mean, very much, we already have people thanking us for mowing the property constantly, so obviously keeping the property looking nice. We're here in the next 2 weeks, the facade is going to completely change on the building. So the overall goal is to keep it from, obviously I do not want it to become an eyesore, but, it is a large property, and, I'm also open to, leasing, renting to other people, et cetera, but I would keep that obviously within the guidelines of whatever, within that, but there's a lot of space in that place too that I don't even know that I can use every square inch of that building. I also have almost 6 acres that, can be utilized in many different ways. So anything that we'd be doing would be under the guise of the rezoning.
And what kind of, would your hours of operation be similar to what your store is now?
Yeah, and and honestly, any customer vehicles, et cetera, that we park, we would try to keep it in an area that would either be in the back or, off to the side where it would, they're not gonna just be randomly everywhere. We'll try to keep organization in mind as well.
I have a question. If we do this rezoning, and I understand I think I'm on the same page with you, what you'd like to do, but if we rezone this and you sell the property, this rezoning stays, is that correct?
That is correct.
And if this rezoning stays, there's going to be a lot of other uses that are permitted on this property besides the ones that you have in mind. If you were to sell it, something were to happen and this land was transferred, the new owners would have quite a bit more. For instance, it could be a recycling center.
Airport,
It could be an airport.
that's what it says, very top.
Okay.
No, that's not a permitted use.
No, it has to go down where.
Yeah.
But if, and I don't know that there are, a lot of different retail enterprises could be there. As we go down through this list, it will be open to a lot of things, a collection center for donations. A construction building materials sales yard. And these may all be good things if that's what we want located there. And I'm just presenting that as a thought. That once we do this rezoning, there are going to be a lot of different permitted uses besides the ones that you have in mind. Electrical switching or transforming station. I don't know if you guys have this in front of you, all
No,
these
I
other
don't have
pages.
Not all
First
those.
page, we don't have all the rest of them.
See,
I didn't print out the entire Schedule A, but that's online. Yeah, that's in the zoning ordinance. There's, what is it, Sherry? There's like about
4
4
pages,
or 5 more pages.
four pages altogether, I think. I don't see any that are light manufacturing. I don't know exactly what the definition of that is. It could be a print, a commercial print place, facility. Or a nursing home. There are lots and lots of things here. I don't know if you want to look at these. Besides, these are the pages.
I assume the ones that have the P, that would be permitted use in anything that would,
Under the,
like a slaughterhouse, that would take a special exemption, I believe it said. Mobile home park.
I don't have any. I'm not finding any fault with those different uses. I just think it's wise to be aware that we're opening it up for a lot of different things.
And Sarah, when you think of the future, then you're probably thinking more of if you were to expand or probably invite other people, something similar to the automotive industry because you'd want like businesses beside each other, or do you have
For the
other
most
ideas?
part, it's hard to say.
Right,
Because you don't know when an opportunity is gonna
Sure.
arise, and, it's one of those of, I'm always looking for that opportunity. If the opportunity arises and it's within those zoning things, yeah, I'm probably gonna jump on it if I feel like it's going to benefit me, it's gonna benefit the community. So,
You could have a bakery.
Say a restaurant on there.
Yeah.
Or see a grocery store.
Grocery store.
Hey,
I just didn't know if maybe someone had approached you about future ideas or anything like that, but I see what you're saying, just keeping it open for
right.
what may
Like I said,
happen.
it's almost 6 acres and.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not. It would not be, it's smart to always keep those options open to use every inch of that space. I mean, it's a lot to be, we're putting into it and whatever, and so to be mowing 3 to 5 acres of land
Yeah.
is dumb. But if I can make money and be, help the community, et cetera, that's the goal.
And obviously, there are gonna be things on that list you wouldn't want to be your neighbor. So, you would have your best interest in mind as well. I think it's really exciting that you bought the business, the building and the business, and that you're going to relocate. It's a ton of work, I'm sure, and a huge investment, so thank you for doing that.
Would there be any other comments from the public?
Some
Folks that are in attendance, does anybody else have any comments? But
I think Diesel pretty well covered it. You're saying you're not gonna line up and sell junk car parts.
I have no desire to do that.
That was basically my concern, I guess.
As you can see, we've been cleaning the property up, make it look nice.
Yes, yes, I know.
That's our future goal, is
Yeah.
to make it nice. When you're coming in or leaving Albion, you're gonna see something.
It's already looking much, much.
As far as the repair and lawnmower shop, yeah, we need that.
Yes.
Dwayne, you got anything?
We do like small engines, like chainsaws, maybe stuff like that. People's,
Lawn and garden, ATV, motorcycle, dirt bike.
a lot of people come in the hardware looking for somebody to sharpen their blades
Yeah.
and do chainsaw work and stuff
Some-
like that.
Not necessarily the chainsaw work, but we have discussed the chain sharpening, but again, we have a lot in front of us right now, but
Just
there's a
throwing
lot
that
to
out
grow
there maybe,
into.
yeah.
So, it's one of those, we're definitely keeping like, we've heard a lot from a lot of people, so it's one of those that, obviously, we need to get moved. We have to find new suppliers and distributors for those types of parts and stuff, so it's a growing experience for
Mhm.
us. But it's a challenge that we're obviously willing to look into and work towards to meet, again, those needs of the community.
Steve, do you want me just to start reading down 1 through 5 here?
Yeah, as long as, I think that would be a good timing for, unless you feel the commission has any other questions.
All right, unless anybody desires me to, I'm not gonna read the paragraph above. I'm just gonna start at number 1. Okay. The request is or is not consistent with the Albion Comprehensive Plan.
I think we have to pull each person, don't we?
Yes, because
Oh,
I need,
okay.
we need a vote,
Yeah.
basically.
And typically, so the same person isn't put on the hot seat each time, like you might start with her and then the next question you start with him and.
Okay. Amy?
Yes.
Is or is not?
It is. I haven't heard anything negative, so.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Jason, did you vote?
No, I'm sorry, Jason.
That's all right. That's okay. Yes.
That's a 7 yeses. Okay, thank you.
Moving on to number 2, the request is or is not consistent with the current conditions and the character of structures and uses in each zoning district. Wayne, you want to fire this one off?
Yes,
Okay. Yes, it is.
yes.
So yes, it is.
Yes.
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 Okay, again, 7 yeses.
Moving on to number 3, the request is or is not consistent with the most desirable use for which the land in each district is adapted.
Now, question, does that mean what it has been or what it will be?
It's just the most desirable use.
I think it's asking, is the rezoning of the parcel to IL, the request, is it consistent with the most desirable use for which the land in each district, only one district, adapted? So there's some subjectiveness there, but I think it's saying, is that and what her use is, auto-related, is that the most desirable for this land parcel?
Jason, you want to start this one?
Or is it consistent with the most desirable, what is the most desirable use of the land, and is auto kind of consistent with that? I'm sorry, Jason.
Oh, no, you're fine. I would say yes, it is.
Yes.
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 7 yeses again.
Moving on to number 4, the request is or is not consistent with the conservation of property values throughout the jurisdiction.
Yes.
Hot seat, okay.
Mostly.
I'm yes. Wayne's yes. Anna?
Yes.
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 7 yeses again.
7 yeses. Yes. It is. Okay, number 5, the request is or is not consistent with responsible growth and development. I'm saying yes.
Yes, it is.
Start off.
Yes.
This is-
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Good to me.
All 5 findings of fact have affirmatively unanimously voted yes, that it is, request is consistent with the findings of fact. And therefore, you've just really voted to, the findings of fact, the form that you have in there says that based on these findings that you've just found, the commission hereby forwards a favorable recommendation to the town council on this day. And then that'll go to the town council meeting next Tuesday night. They in turn have an ordinance that is, we already have a draft of that prepared, that to amend the actual zoning map.
Any more questions or comments on that? Well, I mean, if nobody has anything else, so entertain a motion for adjournment, I guess.
We need to close the public hearing first.
Ooh, that's a good question. Do we?
And if the public has any more.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not really,
kind of presume, but I think you're right. That's probably a good idea to do that.
Are there any more comments to be made?
And maybe a motion, you're going to do a motion.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing portion of this meeting.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That's everything. Now do we make a motion to, or entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
I'll
Sorry, this is
second
my
that.
second time.
You're doing great.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
No
you're
one's
doing
gonna
great.
beat you up for that
Really
job.
good.
Aye.
Oh,
Aye.
oh,
I said it, nobody probably heard me.
No, we didn't. That's okay.
Good. Thank you, everyone.
Easy.
Like I said, if anybody wants this spot, they can have it.